2016, it's time to talk about the top 10 shittiest movies of 2016. If you haven't seen my top 10 favorite list yet, I put the link below. Go check that out. Sweet before sour. That's my rule of the world right there. And again, some things to know. Very important things. There are about 15 to 20 movies that deserve to be on this list. I had to shave it down to 10, and those are the ones I saw. Yes, in 2016, there were quite a few weekends where I was like, you know what? I don't feel like watching that movie. Gonna take a little for myself, sit that one out. No regrets. So these are the top 10 shittiest movies that I actually saw in 2016. So let's just talk about this vomit. Let's get right into it. Rip it off like a band-aid, folks. It'll be over soon. Number 10. We're starting at this list, we're gonna go right into the fifth wave. I was gonna put Allegiant on here also. I didn't know whether to do the fifth wave or Allegiant. They both kind of embody the same failure and thing, so I figure if you have one shitty young adult monstrosity on here, you can have them all. Oh my god, how bad was the fifth wave, really? Those young adult book to movie adaptations, they just need to die. Other than the fact that I barely remember anything about it, what I do remember about it is boring, predictable, and just plain bad. So we don't need to talk about it anymore. I'm done. Let's move on. Number 9. When the bell breaks, the cradle will fall into my top 10 worst list because, oh my god. Shitty premise, shitty execution. There are a few movies that come out in a year where I'm like, I should probably just walk out now. Save myself some time. I could do my review at this point, but nope. I dredged through it. This was one of those times. Funny thing is, the actors in this movie are better than this movie. They deserve better. They should get better. I don't know what stocking full of lies they were fed to be in this thing, but it didn't work out for anybody, least of all the viewers. Number 8. Hey, this is a newcomer, Assassin's Creed. The hopes and dreams of the many were on the shoulders of Assassin's Creed after Warcraft was, you know, alright. There were things I enjoyed on Warcraft. Spoiler, Warcraft's not on this list. The soundtrack annoyed the shit out of me. The pacing annoyed the shit out of me. I feel like Michael Fassbender and Marion Cotillard both had a contract. Like, alright, you're doing Macbeth, but if you do Macbeth, you have to sign on to Assassin's Creed. Now they both had to just drudge through this nonsense. Assassin's Creed's on this list mainly because it broke me. Just as a video game and movie fan, it changed me inside. I can no longer look forward to video game movies. I'm always hoping they'll be good, but if someone asks me, is it gonna be good? I'm gonna be like, no, because I'm going with the math on this. This is like 2.5 decades of them sucking, so I guess we're gonna be here until proven otherwise. Mortal Kombat. Number 7. Independence Day was fun. Yeah, it was, right? Its brother? No. Oh my god, talk about a sequel that we didn't need, ask for, or now that we've seen it, want. Independence Day Resurgence, man, it's just, it reminds me, you remember Interstellar when they're watching that ball game? It's these grade B ball players who aren't actually professionals, and John Lithgow's like, in my day we had real ball players, who are these bums? That's what I felt like watching the cast of Independence Day Resurgence. Independence Day had memorable, charismatic characters, who are these bums? Oh, Jeff Goldblum's back? Does not matter. You know why? Because the premise is stupid, it sets up for a sequel that God willing, we're never gonna see. And that whole Queen Hive Mother alien thing, oh my god. If the first 2 acts leading up to the last act didn't drag this movie into the mud, the last act certainly did. Another dream crushed. Number 6. Remember the second Purge movie and it was cool because they found their way, they found their niche? Yeah, the Purge election year didn't. I guess that's the biggest bummer about the Purge election year. The Purge anarchy, it found what it was, it knew what it was, it played up what it was, and it was actually fun for what it was. This one was not. Why are we here? The worst thing about this movie is it's embarrassing in its attempt to actually be a relevant social film. That's not you, man. That one girl in there though, man, get my candy bar. She almost makes it worth it to laugh at, but that's also why it's on this list. Just don't. The Purge anarchy, just end it there. It's good. Number 5. Next up, we have the sequel to the Purge election year, Meet the Blacks. Who knew that was a Purge movie? It was, I guess, kind of. It's a Purge spoof movie. Anyhow, it's one of those shitty spoof movies like Haunted House, and it's about as bad. It's actually lower on the list, and I thought it would be on the list because there was a line or two that actually did make me laugh. For what it was, it's just literally a couple lines. The rest of the movie was like having glass shoved up my dick, so there is that. It doesn't make up for it. It's not funny, it's awkward, it's boring. I wanted to leave. Funny, I should just stop saying that. That's not special. Most movies on this list made me want to leave. The only retribution of watching a movie like this is knowing that when you make your top 10 worst list, you'll have yet another opportunity to slam it other than the review. Number 4. Next one on the list, I was actually pretty optimistic for when I heard that Ben-Hur was happening. A remake of Ben-Hur could have been a really cool thing. But it wasn't. It was sloppy as shit leading up. There is this scene on a ship that makes you think it's gonna crawl out like, ooh, maybe that first part was just crappy. Nope, the rest is fucking horrible too. And then it wraps up with fairies and unicorns No. I hear tale that the original had fairies and unicorns too, but tonally speaking, with the original, it actually worked for what the movie was as a whole. This movie didn't really properly set up fairies and unicorns and then fairies and unicorns. Like, imagine Gladiator, where at the end they all sing Kumbaya. Number 3. Next up is 50 Shades of Black, which is actually as bad as what it's spoofing, which is 50 Shades of Grey. There was a part of me, like a 10%, 3, 5, 4 to 2% of my brain, I was thinking maybe this movie will be funny because Haunted House 2 made me laugh pretty hard a couple times. I don't know how these shitty spoof movies keep getting made. Like, the days of good spoof movies, they're out there. They happened. The string of shitty spoof movies, I feel like, has been happening for longer, and I just don't for the life of me know why. It's not that it's not funny, it's that it's not funny and it's awkward. That's even worse. I don't like feeling uncomfortable in the movies. This movie made me do that. It's like if you've ever been to a comedy club and seen a bad open mic night, it's that kind of shitty awkward. I watch them so you don't have to. Number 2. Next up is Masterminds, which is truly the worst comedy of the year for me. Whatever, the bad comedies don't bore me, at least make me laugh. Masterminds did not ever make me laugh. Masterminds was proof. I'm like, Kate McKinnon needs to get her shit together. She has potential. What is she doing with these roles? I have no idea. Probably doing what Zach Galifianakis is doing, which is thinking, hey, maybe this will be the one. Maybe this will be the next big thing. When I was watching this movie, I did this slow head turn to the person next to me, just like this. He saw me out of his peripheral. He was like, yeah, this is bad. Masterminds would have been an interesting enough movie given it's based on a true story. I guess any premise is wasted on a shitty comedy. Number 1. Here we are, my friends. We made it. We made it through 2016. We've come to the number 1 worst experience I had in the movie theater. The director firmly has stated the reviews are wrong about this movie, but I'm sorry. Gods of Egypt is just fucking terrible. God, this is the director of The Crow. What happened to him? What's he done? The concept is neat enough, but when we saw that trailer, we were like, And we were right for that reaction. Hey, just give the movie credit where credit's due. At least the trailer didn't lie. The movie was about as shitty as the trailer made it look. I love me some Egyptian mythology as much as the next guy, man. But when you have bad CGI, bad green screen, Gerard Butler's overacting, not saying he's a bad actor, I'm saying when he overacts, that dude overacts. And a boring slog fest of a quest. I mean, dude, nothing in this movie worked. In fact, this movie might be worth watching with the right group of friends, like Mystery Science Theater style. Watch it like Batman and Robin, where you're like, it's so terrible, we have to talk shit. Shit talk cannon fodder. That's what this one is. Ugh. And that's it, folks. You now know my top 10 favorite movies of 2016, my top 10 least favorite movies of 2016, the top 10 dog shits, as it were. Sometimes I give that T- rating, and then I think about it for a few days. I'm like, nah, I should have dog shitted that up. Maybe in 2017, I'll be more liberal with the dog shits. Do Obliviate. You know what Obliviate is? When you pack dog shit into a sock with a hole in it and just swing it around above your head. Dog shit everywhere. If the movies suck. I mean, hopefully I don't have to. It's been quite a year, folks. 2017 is right around the corner. We're almost there. As always, my list is different than your list, I'm sure. I'm sure you have your list, though. Now I'm going to ask you, what are the top 10 worst, the top 10 shittiest movies of 2016 for you? Whatever they are, whatever you think, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.